And I'm so grateful to each and everyone who subscribed to my channel to allow me to reach this milestone of 500 subscribers. And if this is your first time coming to the channel, I would ask that you please like, share, subscribe, or subscribe, like, share, any order that you would like to receive it. But I'm grateful that you're here to check out the channel, KOJ Production, and what this channel is about. Music is my passion, my love. I love music. And I also would like to bring different content and different topics that have something to do with our lives as human beings upon this earth. We come to this place which we have nothing to do with where we were born, what family we were born into, what country we born into. So as to me, I'm grateful to be alive. I was born in Jamaica. I live here in America, and I have the opportunity to travel a few places in the world and to see how people live different parts of the world and see different things that affect people all over the globe in different ways, and one of the things I'm looking into is why a country become a third world country and a first world country, and I never heard of the second world or the fourth world or fifth world, but we are about the first world and the third world. And I have to say this: many people today, when you talk about black or white or racism or stuff like that, many people get uncomfortable. Even some black people say, "Oh no, don't talk about that, because you shouldn't upset the master, or you shouldn't upset people, because why you would have to mention something like that?" I have to mention it because it's what I see in the world. One is every country that is labeled, every country that is assigned the first world position is always a white country. Every country that assigned the third world is always non-white and mostly black. Africa, which is one of the richest continents where resources is concerned, all the rich minerals, the things that we need to make life easy, is located in Africa. But yet still Africa remained a third world country with very little resources to take care of the population. Is it because the Africans are not smart enough, they're not educated enough? Is it because the people of the Caribbean are not smart enough, not educated enough? You don't have enough architects, enough doctors, enough engineers, enough scientists to really supply among the people after a black skin or a dark skin or whatever you want to call it? Why is it that these countries oftentimes struggled and other countries don't? One of the things that bother me sometimes, it make me laugh when you go to an airport and you see certain passport holder, get certain type of treatment, and some get a total different sort of treatment. And I would like to ask all the Caribbean leaders and the African leaders, why is it, exceptionally for a few countries in Africa right now, is trying to say, listen, if you're an American, you need to get a visa to come into our country, and if it's even when you get to the airport, you apply for the visa at the airport. They're not going to deny you entry. But I believe that any country that require you to get a visa to come into their country, I don't care who that person is, they could be the president of that country. When they come into your country, they should require to get a visa the same way. You see, we as a people, we let people treat us to relegate us to an inferior status, and then we think that it's our duty or our obligation to elevate them to a superior status. No, I mean, if people treat you with respect, you should also treat them with respect. Don't matter who that person might be. But if the person believes that it is my duty to disrespect you as a human being, it should be your duty also to disrespect that person in the same manner. There should be no difference. I'm just asking, why is it all the first world countries are white and all the third world countries, mostly black, are people of other ethnicity? Why? Why is it? Can we do something about that to change the narrative and to change the behavior? And I also believe that if I was to govern a country, the top priority would be, to me, food, education, proper hospital. I would build around those. Education, proper food, nutrition. Make sure people can feed themselves. If it's even to grow our own food and import less, why Africa, with all its resources, the rich soil, the gold, the brass, the copper, the uranium, and all the things that it has, still remain poor? There's a video that went viral in Jamaica, and many people speak about it, and of the woman who defecated where the food has been served and caught wiping herself. And it is indeed a very disgusting, despicable behavior. Terrible, terrible behavior. In Jamaican terms, you would say that's a nasty woman. Yes, and I agree with all those sentiments. But also, I'm looking at, there is no one who held accountable in government, who know that, listen, food is being prepared here, and they should go around, make sure that they have proper sanitation and things set up the right way so that people can come and relieve themselves. So you have to look at it. I look at it on both sides. Yes, the woman is, you can class her whatever you want to class her. Plain, she's nasty. She should not have done that. But who dropped the ball where this is concerned, knowing that this is where food has been prepared and we expect it to have certain convenience so that people can come, wash their hands properly, go to the bathroom, because food has been prepared. So I hope this open up the eyes. Open up the eyes of the elected leaders who in power and thinking about the infrastructure of the country to make sure know that things operates and run good. Things like that, like these, the local people can take care of it for themselves. The government can take care of it for themselves. We don't need a IMF to tell you that you need a bathroom. You're supposed to know what you need and put the proper structure in place so that people can relieve themselves and get the country to a place where when you put in a toilet bowl, they don't thief the toilet bowl to sell it to somebody else. And people should know that when somebody go steal a toilet bowl or steal a sink or whatever from a facility that is benefiting the people them don't steal it. People have to get to the place that want to see things run in decency and in order, for the betterment and the development of our country. To know that they have Jamaica. If most Jamaicans don't know that, the world system of Jamaica as a second poorest country in the Caribbean, Haiti and then Jamaica and then Cuba. Whether it's by design, how it come about, but we going forward have to look at these things and say, listen, it is time for a change and we want to see things change. I know many Jamaicans who I personally talked to over maybe past 10, 15, 20 years who said, something, I would love to come back to my country and live, but the way things is there, man, I can't. And other people have said, I'm going to go try. But let us think about how each one of us can make this world a better place, especially the place that you were born. I live out of Jamaica for a very long time. I visit very often, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't go back and I don't want to come back to live. I wouldn't see myself live there ever, never. No, but you want to be at a place where you're comfortable. And believe me, I don't know for anybody else, but I can say for myself that it doesn't. There's something within the spirit that make you feel a way, knowing that you could not stay in the country that you were born in. You have to. Some people don't like to use the word run away, but you got to run away from the place that you were born. So-called say you got to seek a better life some places, and you couldn't do the same because the infrastructure is not set up in a way so that you can advance as easy as you would like to advance. And for some people, that's great for them. For others lament and grieve over the fact that they have to run away from the country of their birth. Many Caribbean and African people. So, as black people all over the globe, we have to figure out how can we make things more tolerable, more favorable for us, that we don't have to be running from pillar to post and from here to there just to feel comfortable and to live at a certain lifestyle and things like that. It is the right time and the high time. And one of the things that I would implore, and I'm asking for the Africans and the Caribbean leaders to figure out how we can. Don't let somebody keep us in a third world category. How can we now, with the advancement of technology and education and skills, and how many millionaires and billionaires you have through the Caribbean, how many doctors, architects, lawyers, engineers. How can we use that to the advancement and the betterment of our people? The nurses and the doctors, they gotta run away from Africa and from the Caribbean to come to America, or to come to England, or to come to Canada, or to come to these places to make their country wealthy and have enough doctors, and then the Caribbean and Africa left dry, bone dry. You know what I mean? So we gotta figure it out so that the next generation that is coming up, they don't have to run. They don't have to run. They can stay at home. Let's figure out how we can keep peace in the world among ourselves. Africans, please keep peace among yourselves. Let peace abide. Caribbean people, let us keep peace among ourselves. And I see Caribbean people start to spring up this, which Caribbean country is better than which Caribbean and who's better. Cut it out. Cut the division, will tear us down. Cut it out. Also, I would love to see all the Caribbean countries come together and see what they can do to help out Haiti. If every Caribbean person got to donate $1, and knowing that when we donate this dollar, it's going to go specific to help the people of Haiti, I'm willing to make a sacrifice. The Caribbean leaders, please come together. Please come together. and figure out and African leaders come together, see how we can help Haiti, this little country. Jamaica, you next, because listen, Haiti is the #1 poorest country. Jamaica is the #2. So don't think we're far behind. Don't think that we're far behind. Let us figure out as Caribbean and African people how to do for us. When a man become any prime minister, to me, any prime minister or government leader that in power 10, 20 years, and when they're sick, they got to come to America, or they got to go to Canada, or they got to go to England to get, they should stay in their country and die there. The citizen should make sure you stay there and you die there. Because if you cannot, if you're being in power 20, 30, and you can build a proper hospital set up so that when you sick, the same hospital that you set up, you can be treated there. If I go to a restaurant and I find out that the owner of that restaurant would not eat the food that they cook, you think I'm going to buy that food? No matter how hungry I am? If I go into a restaurant and I hear that the owner, when the owner hungry, the owner go next door or fly or drive for miles away to go get some food because they would not eat from the same restaurant that them set up, why would I want to eat there? So if you are a government official and you rule in a country for years and years and you cannot build a proper hospital and fill it with the proper staff and equipment so that when you're sick you can be treated there comfortably, you feel good to know that this and your people that you set up this thing, that your people can be treated. You think if Joe Biden gets sick, you think he's flying to Jamaica to the University of the West Indies to get treated? You think if Trudeau of Canada gets sick, you think he's flying to Guyana or Africa or whatever to get treated when he gets sick? You see, these are the things that we as citizens then have to start to demand from our leaders to make sure that things is right. If you cannot do the job, then leave it alone. It's not for you. Let somebody else who can do it. And this tribal war and things that the tribe over Africa and the tribe how to do good to the betterment of mankind. Let's strive to do that. And when we hear about these war machines going around and making wars, stop supporting them. Let the war machines support by themselves. You don't make war. Don't support war machines. Just because you want the master to love you. No. Advocate for the things that is right. Advocate for peace. Advocate for the betterment of humanity. For the betterment of humanity. It's time. Hey, this is a KLJ Productions. And I know many may not like my type of speech, but I think it's necessary. A time like this, it is very necessary. So KLJ Production will bring you good music, what I consider good music, because I don't like negative music. I don't like your music telling people to go kill people and go shoot this and go stop that and go do this and go do wickedness. You know what I mean? Why we want to see wickedness done in the world? There's too many wicked people already out there. Let the good overcome the evil. Good overcome evil. Thank you for being a part of the KOJ Productions. Thank you for your subscription to allow me to reach 500 subscribers, and I'm so grateful to reach 500. Thanks to everyone who supported the channel. Much love, much love. It's time for us to see some peace in the world. God bless.